Hey everybody, what's up? It is Doug. How you guys doing? Here with another brand new for 2021 Lemax Spooky Town review. And we are going back to the nautical theme today with the Point Dread Lighthouse. Yes, here it is, folks. That's right. Back to the nautical theme. This is a big theme, if not the biggest theme, throughout Spooky Town this year. There's a couple, I guess, that are kind of running through, different themes that they're really doing heavy this year, but nautical's definitely one of them. And we can talk about it more here in a moment, but I mentioned it in the Skull Cave Quarry episode, just how the nautical theme is something that they used to do, and you could maybe lump pirates in that as well, that they hadn't really done for a while, and now it is back strong, it's back fierce. Let's check out what the building looks like. Guys, here it is, or should I say, thar she blows. So, this lighthouse, as you can see here, pretty tall. It's a tall piece. It's reminiscent in size in recent years of the Witch Tower they did recently. I forget what year that was. My years kind of run together here, but this is a great lighthouse. It's been a minute since they've done a lighthouse. Department 56 actually did one last year with that pumpkin one. I did not review that one. I did not buy that piece, but we are here with Point Dread. Again, the nautical theme, heavy this year. So there's a lot going on this piece. Up here, the actual light in the lighthouse, it pulses. You'll see this here in a moment. The second row here, these figurines, they rotate. You have the guys here on these little posts coming out. That rotates. And then you have down here on the bottom, these guys rotate as well. So again, there's a lot going on here, a lot of points of animation. You can see here the Point Dread. This would look really good next to, if you've got one in Octo Squeeze, because you can see down here, you have the tentacles. I love that. To where it could work in like a theme park. Theme park display as well, kind of as a fun decor, right, that you see sometime in theme parks, the actual theming. But this would go with the Octo Squeeze. But this, again, the nautical theme this year, there's going to be some great accessories, which I'm not reviewing the accessories, but there's some really good ones for that. If you're wanting to do that nautical theme, just jump in this year. It's something they don't do a lot, so it's cool, I think, to see them really go heavy into it. And of course, that Skull Cave Quarry that I talked about earlier this year, a couple of weeks ago, is such an amazing building. This would complement it very, very well. You know what though? Let's talk about the lights. And by the way, I will play it here. There's a soundtrack on this. I'll play it with the lights and sound at the end of this video in case you've never seen my stuff before. Here it is, lit up. As you can see here, folks, another gorgeously lit piece for 2021. Lemax has done such a great job this year with lighting. They've listened to so much feedback, or at least it would seem that they've listened to a lot of the feedback about the greens, right? How these buildings used to be so heavy green. This lighthouse is very heavy in purple, and it looks great, those purple highlights. I love how this looks. And the lighthouse on the top, it pulsates, not the lighthouse, but the actual, the light at the top of it, where there's that little pumpkin, the pumpkin face on it, which I do love the pumpkin face because it really makes this Halloween themed, right? It ties that in. But that pulsates at the top, and you've got the purple lighting. And then the Grim Reaper here in the actual bottom, in the little room here, it lights up kind of like Spooky Town's been doing this a bunch recently, where it goes with the soundtrack to kind of highlight him like he's saying something. All that combines, though, to have multi-tiered lighting in this, where purple is definitely the predominant theme, but you do have some splashes of yellow and splashes of green. And I think it looks great. It looks really, really good lit up, like in the back of a scene, if you were to do it that way, because the way the lighting lights up and it shoots up. The fit and finish on this, I think it's got a really nice paint job. This building, it has some ceramic in it. It's not super plasticky. I know that some of you folks, if you're wondering about that, it's a little bit heavier of a building. Not super heavy, but again, it doesn't have a huge base though. It's more tall, but it's nicely constructed, it feels like. There are several points of animation, so you do want to be careful, I guess about that if you're going to run it all the time, because they do have a tendency sometimes to break down. But, the buildings that have a lot of animation, but they do run slow. This one does run very quietly as well, which I think is important. Normally, quieter pieces typically run longer. That's just my personal history, right? If you have one that's noisier, normally it doesn't have as long of a life for the animation. The nice part here, though, I think, is that even if the animation were to stop on one of these the tiers of animation, I think the lighting looks so good on it that it would still look good as a lighthouse. That pulsing light does a lot at the top, I think. I think it does a lot for this piece, just to give it a little bit more, like going on there. And again, it kind of highlights that that's the top of the lighthouse. I dig it, guys. If you want that nautical theme, jump in this year. I would just do it. Chances are, after this year, I would guess Lemax is going to chill on it for a while. That's just normally how they do these things, especially like a theme that's a little more niche like the nautical stuff. So good on them for doing it this year. I'm excited to get some of the accessories and to do a nautical display. So, all right, guys, I'm going to play with the lights and sound here. Thank you guys very much for watching. And before we go, though, next week, for the hint, we're going to try and not rock the jukebox. All right, guys, thank you very much. Here it is with the lights and sound.
Point Dread Lighthouse. Hey, Bones, how's it going over there? Oh, you know, Skull, hanging in there. Now he's getting the hang of it. Looks like it's going to be a busy day, Grim. Good, I can sharpen my scythe. Ship ahead! With 100 fleshy souls on board.